Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about Eric Garcia and his move to FC Barcelona. Then we are going to be talking about Pep Guardiola and his potential move to this club in the summer of 2021. And lastly, I am going to give some brief updates on what the current board members are doing in FC Barcelona. And we are first going to start with Eric Garcia. So here's the thing, right? Now that we are going to have a new board within Barcelona within the next 90 days, every transfer that has been talked about or linked to FC Barcelona in the past 12 months, all of those transfers are going to be in the air. And when I do mean by transfers, I do mean Lautaro Martinez, Eric Garcia, Memphis Depay, Wijnaldum, and so many more. But I do believe that the main focus for Barcelona is going to be Eric Garcia in this January transfer window. Why? It is because he is Catalan. He has stated time and time again that he does want to come back home, and he has rejected all of the offers that Man City have given to him. And it says here, according to Moises Llorens, Barcelona are looking to sign Eric Garcia and will make a renewed attempt to sign him in January, although the incoming president will have to give the green light to any potential deal that do come in the way, which basically means that there is a chance that Eric Garcia to Barcelona might get rejected. Either Laporta or Victor Font might come in and say, no, we don't want Eric Garcia, we want a brand new other defender. And then moving on, it says here, despite the resignation of the president Bartomeu in midweek, work continues behind the scenes to strengthen the squad in the winter. Sporting director Ramon Planes and coach Ronald Koeman both believe another center back is needed, which is absolutely true, because there has been a report that did come out about 12 hours ago explaining that Araujo is going to be out for 3 weeks. And seeing that Barcelona only have Lenglet and Piqué, it is quite clear that Barcelona is going to have to make a move and sign in a new center back in January of 2021. And that right there is enough of a reason for Barcelona to try and push for a move for Eric Garcia, because being in this position is absolutely horrible. No team wants to be in a position where if we do have one more center back come out from FC Barcelona or is injured, we are going to be in a sporting crisis. And going into further detail about this report, it has also been said that the current management committee are not going to make any decisions on any transfers. They're not even going to be touching on the players that are currently linked to FC Barcelona. That is not what they are there to do. And that's what worries me just a little, because knowing that a brand new president is going to be coming in January, they're literally only going to have 3 weeks to make a decision on all of these transfers. So as soon as either Laporta or Victor Font do come in, they're going to have to ask and say, okay, does this player here fit with our project? We only have 3 weeks. We have to figure this out as soon as possible. And the last thing we do want, right, as Barcelona fans, is for a new president to come in and try to fast forward the process of any players that we were linked with, because anything that's going to be fast forward never really ends up giving a positive return of investment later down the road. But I do trust whoever does come in, either Laporta or Victor Font. It could go either way. I do trust them. Hopefully they do make the right decisions. They make the right transfers, because Barcelona are going to need it. Now moving on to Pep Guardiola. Now this topic has been getting a lot of fire because there has been so many reports regarding Pep Guardiola going to Barcelona in the summer of 2021. Victor Font has recently had an interview where he did state that he might want to see Pep Guardiola. That was the headlines. Victor Font wants Guardiola in Barcelona. And here's what exactly Victor Font did say to Sky Sports. He said, most of the best professionals who know about this style are also fans and love the club, like Pep Guardiola, Xavi, Andres Iniesta, Carles Puyol. They're all legends that love Barcelona but do not work for Barcelona today. We need to bring them back to ensure we will have a very competitive project. And so it does sound very interesting, right? It does bring a lot of smiles and excitement towards every Barcelona fan and every player or anyone that's associated with Barcelona. But I'm going to give you guys the 3 reasons why Pep Guardiola might not come to FC Barcelona. And so number 1, and that is that Xavi Hernandez is considered as the cornerstone for Font's sporting project in this club. It has been said that Font and Xavi have been working for so long, for so many years, to find out the right plan for this club, and it would make no sense for Victor Font to say, okay, I'm going to bring in Xavi Hernandez, and then later down the road he says, I'm just going to bring in Pep Guardiola because this man knows exactly how to coach a team like Barcelona. And do you really think that would make a lot of sense for a man like Victor Font to just change who is going to be the manager in the very last minute? Does that not remind you of a man that was currently in charge of Barcelona not too long ago? Because doing something last last minute never gives you a ROI later down the road. It would make absolutely no sense. Now, there is an alternative. There is a way for both Guardiola and Xavi to come in. Font has literally said this in an interview, and he said that Xavi Hernandez is going to be coming to Barcelona no matter what. For example, Ronald Koeman stays in Barcelona. Xavi Hernandez is still going to come in and be the one that's going to be in charge of the transfers and the style of play and what he wants Barcelona to look like. Then whoever is going to be the coach, either Guardiola or Ronald Koeman, is going to have to figure out a way to implement all of these players in and get the best results possible. Now, keep in mind, Victor Font and Xavi would much rather just have Xavi be the manager of FC Barcelona. That is their number one plan. But their worst case scenario would be that Xavi Hernandez does take that role, which is pretty much the sporting director, and then have whoever is the current coach to coach FC Barcelona. But even with that, I just don't think that is going to work, because if Xavi Hernandez is going to be the one that's going to be in charge of the transfers and the way that he wants this Barcelona to look like, Guardiola is too much of a presence for any of those to really work within the club, because Guardiola is a man that does make his own decisions on who he does want, what players does he want to see within his team. And there could be an argument, right, that Xavi Hernandez and Guardiola do see football exactly the same, but the thing is that it literally takes only one difference between these two men for this whole thing to collapse. And so you see how there is going to be some type of friction between Guardiola and Xavi. And point number two is that these words were taken out of context, because even though he did say Pep Guardiola, Xavi Hernandez, Andres Iniesta, Carlos Puyol, he was just naming them for the sake of saying that legends do need to come back to Barcelona and work in this club. That was his main message. He was not exactly pointing out the exact people he does want to see within the club. And point number three is going to be the most obvious one. Guardiola has said time and time again that he does not plan on returning to Barcelona. He does want to stay at Manchester City. He said this: "I'm incredibly happy here with City, delighted to be in Manchester, and hopefully I can do a good job this season to stay even longer." Then we can also back this up with what he did say last month, and he said this: "I would love to stay longer here. It's a place to be, but I do have to deserve it," which makes this message so clear. Guardiola does want Manchester City. He loves this club and he does want to stay there for as long as possible. The only thing that would be able to separate Guardiola and Manchester City would be if Guardiola has a disaster class with this club and City says, "I think that our time is done. You can go your way and we will go our other way." And so there are so many reasons on why this would not happen. Then there are reasons on why it should happen. But in the end, we already know that Pep Guardiola would be the jackpot for every Barcelona fan. The fact that we are hearing that Guardiola has a chance to come to Barcelona in the summer of 2021 does bring a lot of excitement. This is something that every Barcelona fan do want to see. And so even though it may not happen in the summer of 2021, or it may not happen in the summer of 2022, I do believe that it is going to happen one day. I do believe that Guardiola is going to be the manager of Barcelona for a second time. It may not be soon, but it could be later. And lastly, I do quickly want to talk about the current managers that are in charge of Barcelona. These are just some quick updates, nothing too serious, just some minor updates. It says here, according to Rack 1, for the first time, there were talks with players, lawyers at the table today. 190 million will have to be cut. Otherwise, Barcelona will go into bankruptcy at the beginning of the year. And let me tell you, 190 million euros is a lot of money. I have absolutely no idea what Bartomeu was doing during his time, but 100 million euros is something that Barcelona is going to be worried about for a very long time. And so I do see why Barcelona do continue to ask for the players to cut their wages. I actually do expect the players to now negotiate with the current or future members of Barcelona and try to figure out a way on how they can help the club, because there has been reports before that the players were turning their back on Bartomeu. They did not want to help Bartomeu no matter what he did say. The players were simply just not on his side. But now that he is out, we are going to see players sit down on that table and try to figure out a way and ask, how can we help this club once again and leave this club in the best condition possible before the new president does come in January. Moving on to the other reports, and it says here, according to Marca Llorente, Carlos TUSQUETS is the one who has dismissed Bartomeu's advisor as director of presidency area. He was the head of Barca Gate, and his management generated a lot of internal controversy in the club and tensions with different media. And this is some great news to hear, right? I think that overall, what the current members are doing and Carlos TUSQUETS, right now, they're not rebuilding the club. That is not their job. What they are doing right now is cleansing this club as much as possible before they do hand this club towards the next members. For example, right now, they are calculating on how much money they do need to accumulate for these upcoming months in order for Barcelona not to go into bankruptcy. They're not going to be there and try to find a way to make 190 million. They're just making calculations on how much they do need to make. The other example is that the current members are not hiring new people. They're just letting go of the old people that used to work in this club and under Bartomeu. That is the only thing that they're doing. They are just cleansing this club and try to put this club in the best position possible. So that'll be it for today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.